I forgot how much that song jammed. That's from my old buddies Hermativore back in Auburn, Alabama. Thank you, Jamie Spaz Ertz, for giving us permission for that music. Haven't been copyrighted yet for it. They've been featured in the guitar world a couple times. Excellent instrumental band. So, good evening, Scram Jett 68. We're back again. We got a full house. Look at all these beautiful people. Holy crap! All right, intros. Fight it out. I guess it's Cy.
Uncle Cy here again. Army vet, Guard Reserves, active duty, Korea twice, Kuwait twice, a lot of places here in the States. Got to hang out with guys that blow stuff up and made paths for infantry in the tanks. So that was a lot of fun. Blowing up stuff is just a blast. I was watching a show today and that triggered like watching explosions. And I was like, oh, I remember this one time. And, you know, you just kind of remember and you're like, that was fun. That thing went wee, you know.
Welcome again, Uncle Si. Cuddling Kittens, what's going on?
Hi, I'm Jenny, Air Force maintainer veteran, and I just make silly TikToks and dabble in hobbies these days.
Amazing hobbies. She makes elephants out of yarn.
Yeah.
Yes.
Is that it? All good? Good?
Yeah, good. Short and to the point. Short, sweet, and to the point.
All right, Sauce Boss. What you got for me this week?
What's going on? Oh, nothing much. I just I'm black and I make barbecue and stuff.
All right, we're good. We filled our ratio quota for the night, so we'll see you guys next week.
All right, cool. I can roll. See you later. Bye.
Thank you for coming.
I got more shows to freaking diversify. All right, guys, come on.
I know. This short introductions. I kind of like that. We kind of condensed it all in the crap. Crap, basically. All of us. I'm W, coming at you from the South Coast, Mobile, Alabama. 10 years, Air Force active, 2A771, aircraft metals technology, fabricating, machining, welding, all that fun stuff. I basically fixed everything that Felix broke in sheet metal. It
was everything. It was everything I broke.
Oh yeah,
maintainers break it.
Yeah.
And then we call Felix. And then
in between your coffee break.
Bro,
what shop's the weapon? Tools. Coffee break.
Oh, dude, we gotta go get tools. Like, oh man, we're gonna need a different tool for that.
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna head out. No, this is Scram Jett. We're a different type of show. We're a little bit more redirection. We like to focus on hobbies, and you know, a lot of us are going to share our day to day, what we do, what we've been through, to see if people relate and have whimsical stories about it. We do some stuff in the pre-show to line things up a little bit. We're trying to pay a little bit more attention to the process here because I mean, having a decent format and a schedule is actually helping us with viewership. It's helping people that listen to the. Yes, I am still talking. Thank you. We're helping people that listen to the show days far gone from here. You know what I mean? If they pull it up on YouTube or whatever platform they're seeing us on right now, it helps them. It keeps a timeline. They're used to it. It feeds right into that scheduled mission we have in the military. You know what I mean? You get your objective, your resources, and your timeline, and you execute. Boom. If you got somewhat of a predictable schedule or something that you can go by, it helps a lot. It helps us to organize. It helps us to present. You know, I think it does at least because it seems we get good reactions every week when we stay on a kind of a timeline. I hate lists, but I write lists because I know they're necessary. So.
Well, a lot of times, I mean, come on, we're on the air for 2 hours. A lot of us, I'm drinking, after a little bit, it's like, we're going to do a commercial. We'll be right back. Pee break, beer supply, and then we're back.
Yeah. I mean, it's kind of a little bit of a schedule. So who we got in here already? Oh yeah. Michael J. Boyles.
He feels accurately attacked by that comment. I don't know what comment he's talking about.
What's the caption?
Yeah. What caption are we looking at?
Oh, up top, the one you add to the deal, It says,
the tagline for the show.
Oh man,
tagline for the show.
I struggle every week to add something, and then I add something and I forget about it.
That's why I always just add veterans then when we can and what we got.
I know, but I mean, you got to mix it up a little bit. What did I add this week? I can't.
It says having multiple personalities should require having multiple ID cards just for funnies.
Funsies. Yeah.
It's better than what I was going to come up with. I was just going to go taco burrito.
That might be next week because it is. We're always on Taco Tuesdays. I mean, I might roll up with a burrito next week. So,
go ahead.
No. Go ahead, American.
Nope. I was just talking about food, but I hit my Mexican quota yesterday. I had quesadillas.
Quesadillas.
Nice. I like quesadillas
with pulled pork, barbecue sauce, pico de gallo, and habaneros. Yes,
dude, people absolutely discount pulled pork tacos way too much.
Yes, they do.
Dude, you add
good stuff. Yeah,
we've done it before. Like add a little bit of more cumin into that rub. Woo, toss it up and throw it in there, and just throw your regular taco stuff, whatever you want to, on it. Add maybe a little bit of barbecue sauce. Telling you, pulled pork tacos.
So I had my brisket rub on the pulled pork already.
Ooh,
because it was a pork shoulder I deconstructed to get pork steaks from.
Yeah.
So I took the rest of the scraps, literally bound them together with butcher twine, really tight. Put them in a pan, sauced them, or used moonshine, bourbon, and apple cider vinegar to spray it, and smoked them to what I relatively was about 205. Yeah. And it was kind of like a pulled pork, chopped pork mixture.
Yeah.
So it was pretty cool. Then I, made pulled pork that night with sandwiches with coleslaw. And then the next night I just made those quesadillas. I can never remember freaking quesadilla, the word quesadilla. I don't.
Yeah, armadillo. I think
armadillo. Quesadilla.
Yeah. Absolutely. Let's see. Audie's betting on 45 minutes and no shirt. Audie's got a new profile picture, bro. Did you trim that beer up? Did you color that hair too, bro?
Oh, he might have. It is looking a little darker than it usually looks.
Yeah. Do I smell a little just for men?
Just for men's.
Just for men's. No, you're talking about cooking too, man. So I cooked.
Hey, Felix. When I got that one of the last jars of the pre-habanero that still had just the little white tag on it.
Yeah.
I gave that to a buddy of mine. His son's a cook, but he's a vegan, which I'm like, how can you taste the food if you're a vegan? But he made some vegetarian burritos, black bean burritos, and something else, and used that habanero in it.
Yeah.
And my buddy said, boy, this is good, but you know what would make it better? Meat.
He's a vegan. You said he's a vegan.
His boy is.
Not anymore.
Not anymore. My sauce has freaking Worcestershire sauce in it, which is made with anchovies.
I was waiting for it. I can't wait to tell him that. Oh, I didn't know that. I can't wait to tell him
now
that.
He's a pescatarian.
Pescatarian. Barbecue sauce. It will change your food religion.
Yep. Audie says it's all great. The lighting in the hotel room sucked. Actually, it's pretty good.
Actually, it didn't
like
suck. It made it not look.
What you doing taking pictures in those hour stay hotels, man? You gotta get your hours worth, brother.
Some Burt Reynolds going on, some salt and pepper, bro. Come on, look at you.
What did he say in that one movie, Striptease? He goes, I like it. It's squishy in my feet, in my boots. Vaseline. It's squishy in my boots.
Oh my God.
And off the rails that quick.
Pretty much. So we're on the subject of cooking a little bit. I did cook steaks earlier this week, and I have my particular method. I did manage a Chili's kitchen for a little while. I've been around multiple restaurants, multiple cooks, and stuff like that. And I've seen some pictures on Facebook here recently. Like people say, "Oh, there's no wrong way to cook steak." Absolutely, there is. Obviously, well done. If you do shoe leather, you can get out of my life and unfriend me, or don't even talk to me again. Obviously, but a traditional way to cook a steak, and Felix is probably going to disagree with me, probably on certain aspects, right? Just depends on prep and stuff like that. Salt and pepper. Bring it close to room temperature. Boom, right? The hottest grates you can get, hottest fire you can get, right? And then basically one side, I do 2 minutes. I take it, flip it, basically quarter turn, 2 minutes. That way I can see the grill marks on the top. Then I turn it around again and do cross grill marks, boom, for 2 minutes. Depending on the thickness of the steak, obviously. You're not going to do
doing that with a friggin' inch steak. You done burned it.
Yeah. No, inch steak, actually, that's what you want to do. But a half-inch steak, you ain't doing this because you're already done. You're flipping once and you're freaking done. You know what I mean? If you want to get anywhere near even medium. So that's a traditional way. Yeah, that's a freaking thanks, Tom. Love you too. Oh, Noah? Yeah. You bringing the steaks?
So yeah, I agree with if you want to do, and I've done it both ways. I've done sear and reverse sear or whatever you want to call it. My biggest thing is I do a tomahawk. If I have time and I know I'm going to do a steak, I will put my big butt brisket rub on it and put it in a vacuum seal bag in the fridge for like as long as I can. Like the longest I've ever done was 30 days.
Yeah.
You know?
Were you wet aging?
Vacuum seal it. It's kind of like a wet age. Yeah. You know, it's kind of like a wet age because you're letting it sit in its own juices and with the seasoning on it, and then pull it out. And I'll like a tomahawk, so it's like 2 inches thick, inch and a half. I'll ramp it up to the smoker to 225 degrees. Let the inside get to 110 to 115. Then I bring it up to 500 degrees and then do the minute, pull it off. The biggest part is in between the smoke and the sear, while you're letting the smoker or your grill get up to temp, I put it on the cutting board and cover with foil and let it rest or pre-rest. Then after that big sear for about a minute each side, I put it back on the cutting board, put some clarified compound butter on top, cover it and let it sit for at least 10 minimum. And then you can look at the videos on my TikTok. I need to start posting them on Instagram too. But I mean, the best steaks I've ever made. Literally just salt and pepper. Just salt and pepper.
You're right.
So baking powder.
If the meat and the cook is good, all you need is salt and pepper.
Yep.
Any of that other stuff is because the food isn't that. Your stuff enhances the flavor, doesn't cover or make up for it, you know.
So I pretty much, since my youth and since I started learning how to grill correctly for steaks, and I had this in hamburgers too. This is stuff I use. It's called Southern Flavor. It's made in my hometown of Selma, Alabama. This is kind of crappy picture of the ingredients, but it's salt, garlic, black pepper, onion, sugar, spices, paprika. Not a lot of it. At the bottom it says charbroil flavoring. It's charcoal. Literally has charcoal in it.
Yep. Yeah.
You know what that does. So you can do it two ways with this stuff. Well, I do it two ways. So you either sprinkle it on it pretty heavy, rub it in on both sides, and immediately put it on the grill. Or you sprinkle it on it pretty heavy, rub it in both sides, all around the edges as well, and let it sit for about 30 minutes. That charcoal will actually pull some of the moisture out of the steak and make that top surface dry. Because the biggest thing on a decent steak is going to be that top and bottom crust, right? If you have a wet steak, that fire's got to take the time to evaporate all that moisture, and it's not going to give you a crust, so to speak. Same thing with any kind of brisket and pork, chicken, anything like that. Wet meat on the grill equals not crispy skin and not crispy bark and all this stuff. So it's just something to think about. But
hey, guess what?
Well, for everyone out there that don't know how to dry their meat, don't need to worry about it. Don't want to get all analytically scientific like Bill Nye, the meat science guy up here. Just put your steak in there, dry it off with a paper towel, put some olive oil on it, put your seasoning on it, get your smoker or grill up to at least I'm talking about how I cook. So
you don't need no olive oil. You don't need no olive oil.
Anyway, as a binder, anyway, as a binder, what I use is olive oil. I'm sorry, I just do this for a living. My bad. What's all this? What's that behind you?
Barbecue for a living. You don't do steaks for a living.
I cook for a living, sir. Thank you. It's beard BQ sauce.
Barbecue sauce.
No, I make beard BQ. Read the sign. Beard BQ sauce.
Yeah.
There's nothing on it that says barbecue.
It doesn't say steak BQ
sauce. Beard BQ sauce and seasoning, sir.
It doesn't say steak
Karen.
BQ.
Excuse me, Karen. Excuse me, Karen.
The dads are fighting.
But anyway,
they are. This is a dad royale.
I use olive oil as a binder, so all that people using mayo and mustard and all that other bull. Yeah, dude.
We can both agree on that.
Like just basic, like something to help. And I use it on big cuts like briskets and stuff like that. And I'll put my olive oil on it, and that just helps the seasoning stick to it. And when it starts emulsifying onto the meat and get in there, that's why when you vacuum seal it, I use it on my tomahawks because I put it in a vacuum bag.
Mine is
just to help. Please. Obviously, he needs to say that. I don't need to.
So we can agree that mayo and mustard bind. Well, mustard on certain cuts will actually.
I don't use mustard. Mustard's a waste of time. It's messy. It gets on your shit. It stains stuff.
It's true. I've done it very rarely.
I used to use mustard when I first started, and then I was talking to a cat who's out in Tennessee. Big Chew, his food truck, dude makes awesome. Like I just look at the pictures of the food and I gain weight. And I was just asking him about how he prepped his briskets, and he started talking. I'm like, hold up, rewind, back up. And he goes, olive oil. He goes, yeah, dude, it's quick, easy, it's not messy, And he goes, it actually helps out. It's like another oil on it, so like a fat. And my briskets, I don't even wrap them. They come out with a bark on it like a damn tree. It's amazing, and so do my tomahawks. If I put enough on there, but that's all I really do with steaks. I don't. That's why the beard BQ sauce, brisket rub, has that black pepper, and the Hawaiian sea salt, which is coated in charcoal, and then.
So I'm literally gonna have to get some of that. And
you better only have 2 bags left.
Okay, yeah, I'll get on that and put it up against this. Like I said, this is my traditional thing. It's finely ground, and you can see like it rolls out on a sear. It's pretty stinking good. Yeah. No, I dig it. Yeah.
You just can't use you can't.
I want to know who the fuck puts mayo on there as a binder,
dude.
Bro.
There's people on TikTok and Instagram some dudes started using mayo. Well, the thing about binders are people think they can taste it. I'm personally, you can't taste a binder unless you're cooking it quick. And if you're cooking it quick, you don't need a binder. Binders for smoking something for, at least an hour. Yeah. You're sitting there letting it smoke. So, and that's just to hold the seasoning on, like I said, because once you top it on your grill or your smoker,
falls off.
It's going to fall off. So you need something to help hold it there. So I use olive oil because it's cool. It's easy. It's good for you. Yep. And even with all my infusions, I have like 8 different infused olive oils on my kitchen. The only one I can taste is the black truffle. If I use black truffle as a binder,
I can
black truffle is good. It's amazing, but man, woo! I did it on my last tomahawk.
Expensive, a little bit expensive too. But.
No, it's actually this company. It's just olive oil, and they infuse it.
No, I do use olive oil on my salmon.
I do too.
Very, very light coat all the way around, and then lemon pepper all over, like packed on, and then sear, and then I literally build a aluminum foil tray in the gas grill and put it on there and turn everything on low and just let it cook until it get a little bit of white fat out the sides. A lot of people like to cook it until like the fat is coming out. That's when it gets dry. So. Well, anyway, we me and Felix can go on and disagree on and on.
Oh, you guys are gonna hate me if you find out I don't really eat beef.
Poor Matt.
Not really.
No, I make it. I just don't eat it. I'll eat a bowl of cereal. I've struggled with beef ever since I had my daughter. Like that shit made me so sick when I was pregnant that ever since I'm like, So I'll make it. I just won't eat it.
I've heard of women that have kids, their diets change afterwards. Like, I used to be able to eat this, but not anymore.
Yeah. I still can't eat hamburger meat anymore. Like, just the texture and the smell.
I get it. One of my good friends, down the street, actually, a guy I went to high school with. Actually, him and his wife both I went to high school with and graduated with. They came over on Memorial Day. We just had a quiet little, get together, nothing raging party. We just did hamburgers and bratwurst and hot dogs, just simple stuff. And turns out Lauren is her name. She is mildly allergic to beef.
Oh, bummer.
And like she had been having some digestive issues and stuff like that for a while. And she actually went to her allergist and they're like, yeah, that's kind of what it is. And she's been on like a chicken, pork and stuff like that diet. I cooked some chicken thighs for her and she was like,
well,
done.
I will let you know there is now one brisket rub in stock.
Oh,
so
damn.
Yeah, that just
See,
happened.
that's my dad. Southern flavor is the best of. Yep, exactly.
It's
Hey.
okay, sir. You haven't tried mine yet. I understand.
I'll get you some, Dad. I'll get you some. Let me order that little batch. I'll sprinkle something in it and send it off.
Wow, we got one left. Ha! It's funny.
Nice.
Hey, we talk about it. It goes. I use buckwheat honey on chicken breast. I dig that. You got to do it the way I cook chicken. I have to do it at the very end because
That's racist. Why gotta be buckwheat?
Oh, come on. It's the name of the honey.
Mm-hmm. Is it black?
Speaking of speaking of Tom, look who showed up today.
What? Marine
Your little Uncle
bobblehead?
Tom?
Little Uncle Tom. He happens, I don't know if you can see it. He's got a little 203 mile.
Yeah, he does.
Yeah, he does.
Barrel amount of 203.
Can't see that trigger discipline, though. I can't see that trigger discipline. I'm just saying.
Well, they're Marines. They just fire off wherever.
That is very true.
I saw that in the store.
Accuracy by volume.
Well, they were talking about having those poppets, and I guess on some of them you can cut the head open and there's a brain inside.
Yeah, those are special.
Yeah.
Those are special. There are some guys have been cutting their poppets open looking for the ones with the brains.
Yeah.
That's something
weird.
Special.
So also, instead of cedar plank, use half a pineapple. So I think that would be pretty good because I actually do grilled pineapple spears, like really hot sear, and then drizzle a little bit of honey on top of them.
I put my salmon. I have a cast iron griddle. I put on the smoker on the bottom grate, and I have that seasoned up really good, and I'll let it get up to high temp, crank it up to like 2 something, and bring it back down. Crank it up to like 250, 300, and bring it back down. Put the salmon on top, and just let her rip. And the cool thing is, I bring it to 140, and I take it off, and then
There are crayons in that one.
yeah, probably.
Dude,
Hey, Jess Earhart is in the
freaking
house.
big enough freaking head. I mean, my God. The thing's huge. And I think it's funny. It's just like squared. Is that all?
Jarhead.
Yeah, but
All poppets just squared off.
are they?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Pretty
This is the
much.
first-
Yeah.
First poppet I got. I saw this after those guys were talking about it, and I
Are
guess
those? Do you mean Funko Pops?
Yeah, Funko Pops. Yeah. You're right, Jen.
Okay. Because I was like, what is a puppet? So confused.
that thing.
Isn't this a pop
Yeah.
socket, like the stuff you hold your phone with or something?
Yeah,
Pop socket.
but
This is a pop socket.
yeah.
Bing it.
Mrs. Jessica Earhart, Master
Jen.
of Known Artistry. How you doing?
Already said that. Anyway.
We're deeply involved in food right now.
And pop it.
And
But yeah, so I saw that, and apparently Kyle has got a huge collection of. And then the next day on my beer stroll, being about half buzzed, I'm like, "Ooh, a Marine! That could be Tom or Kyle."
Nice.
The way you phrased that, Uncle
Yeah.
Si. My
I was
goodness.
half buzzed. Then I was like, "Ooh, a Marine!" Reminds me when I was on Liberty.
So we're it's awesome. We filled this amount of time with food so far.
Shenanigans.
I'm going to share one more thing. Tom did just send me some the buckwheat honey chicken.
Oh, he put pictures up of that. It looks really good.
Yeah, fine grade on it, and then boom.
Nice.
It does look good. Yeah. Heck yeah. Absolutely. Oh, wait a minute. Got a local boy here. It's called Pig Shots.
I've
Man,
heard
why
of
do
those.
people do
I've-
this?
I've heard of those.
People are breaking my brain.
What?
Well, someone just message me, hey, you have any of that Carolina Reaper left? I'm like, yeah, on the website. And they're like, I'll take 2. I'm like, okay, cool. Put the order in. Like,
put the order in.
If you want to know what I have it's called this thing called inventory.
Inventory. Yeah.
Okay.
I let you know what's out of stock.
I just now noticed the Navy guy on the back of this box.
Wow.
Look at that. What kind of a mustache beard thing?
That's the guy from G.I. Joe. Shipwreck. It's his name.
Shipwreck. Yeah, it is.
That's the guy from G.I. Joe.
So pig shots, andouille sausage wrapped in bacon to form a shot glass with toothpicks holding together. Then fill it with pimento cheese. Ooh.
That's
not a bad idea. That
sounds good.
Pretty decent.
That sounds really good.
I like that, Matt.
I have all that. I have andouille sausage. I have all that. I will ixnay on the pimento cheese because I am not from the trailer park, but I will do.
Come on, man! You never had those pimento cheese sandwiches?
No, reason is not that. It's just a joke. My grandpa used to eat that. He was paralyzed from the neck down, so I used to feed him pimento cheese, Vienna sausages, and moon pies. 3 things that I will never ever eat again in my life.
Understandable.
Moon pies. My God. Moon pies. Oh, we had a guy that had a birthday out in the field at MTC, and we found a candle and a banana flavored moon pie and an RC cola. He was from Florida. He cried. He literally cried out in the tent when we gave it to him.
No, I'm just joking about the trailer park
Jeff?
thing.
What's going on? Thanks for joining us, brother.
But no pimento cheese. Nope. Now hoghead cheese. That's another thing.
Yeah,
I get down with some hoghead cheese.
It's amazing.
Basically, all of Page, Arizona is a trailer park. Okay, it's whether it's a double wide or singles, they're all trailers on half a page.
Oh my God. So it is the bottom of the hour, almost exactly. Like I said, we were talking about at the beginning of the show. Try to keep a small schedule, whatever. Like the food went longer and better than I thought it would, so it just kept going.
Thanks, Mom.
Yeah,
that's my mom,
Miss Bev. I miss you. I need to come see you. I need to come see you.
No moon pies.
No moon pies. Oh, she can mail me the moon pies, bro.
Yeah, you can mail that shit to Will. You mail me moon pies, I'll mail you Oz.
Ooh,
bring them on down, dude. I'll put them working on a shrimp boat. Like we do something stupid.
Don't freaking. I'll poke some holes in one of my boxes.
You get freight rate, bro.
I get freight rate. $300. Send him there with a brisket. He'll survive.
Yeah, we good. We good. I got a 4th bedroom. He can stay underneath the porch, though, if you really want us to.
Yeah.
So. Oh, your mom like bring them down.
I'll be gone, mate. I'll be back. I got to pack. Yo, to go pack Oz's bag. Get out of here. I got popcorn, so they're watching me like a hawk.
Yeah, doggies.
Oz comes home. He's like, "Why is my car packed and all my clothes in it? You're going to Grandma's." What?
Bye, Felicia.
Yeah. All right, so bottom of the hour. We're going to change subjects a little bit. It's a little bit of a downer. Just part of my busy week, as you know, me. Thursday night, got the call from my wife that my in-laws' house had caught fire and burned down.
That's sad.
Yeah, it was pretty traumatic. This is where my wife grew up most of her youth years. These are just some small shots from.
That looks like my grandma's house.
It's from Friday. They think right here in the carport, they think it started in a ceiling fan that had been there for 20 years and probably had never been turned off.
Oh,
one of those that just keep. Yeah, they always have them running.
That just runs and runs and runs, and apparently they said that they'd heard it making noises for a couple days, which means the bearings were probably finally giving out after 20 years. And when it seizes,
sparks in,
you get a crazy amperage draw, and no telling what type of wire they had in the house.
Are they good?
Yeah, so wife's mom and stepdad are good. My wife was actually on the phone with her mom at the time.
Wow.
The neighbor called Jackie, stepdad, said, "Hey, I think your carport's on fire." So this guy is like 70 years old. He's been a police officer for like 45 years. Yeah, just he was in Vietnam, got his face blown off, sewn back together. Like, he's a tough dude. I love him to death. He's awesome. He's a crazy guitar player. He's in a band and all this stuff. This dude walks out with a fire extinguisher, like, I'm gonna get this. Opens the door and it rushes the oxygen into the attic, and just before they knew it, it was yeah, they could see it.
There you go.
So they're trying to run out the back door, and they had a 3-month-old German Shepherd, or Belgian Shepherd actually, named Charlie, and she didn't end up making it. So from what I know, it was smoke inhalation. She didn't get burned or anything like that. But yeah, it was pretty stinking sad. This is how hot it got with the car just parked in front of the driveway.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was pretty bad. We spent Friday helping sort through some things. Thankfully, he is pretty well known in the first responder community around town. He was a captain of the Mobile Police Force, so they heard the address come out. He had like 3 cops roll up. One of his band members is the sheriff's deputy. He knows the fire chief and all this stuff. So not far from the fire station, so they are able to get everything watered down pretty good. There was a decent amount of water damage. He had, I'm not even going to tell you how many $1,000s of band equipment in that house. Ooh. Because he is part of a big band, right, and they ain't cheap with it. They have wireless everything. They have custom guitars. They were able to save a lot of it. Most of it were in road cases and things like that. We were able to get a lot of it out and inventory it for insurance and take it to Serve Pro and get it in a dehumidifying room. So they were supposed to go there either yesterday or today and see if a lot of that stuff was going to work. But community for them is really stinking coming together. It's heartbreaking. It just tells you how vulnerable you are. And, and as being in the military, you always have a contingency plan, right? Well, most of the time, at least your squadron does, or go down to your FPCon levels, anything like that. Even out of the military, it made me think hardcore. Like, I've got some preparations and plans in place. I need to go through those again, because you never stinking know, man. Yeah, it's it was pretty crazy seeing that firsthand. I put on some old freaking steel toe boots, got some shovels and some gloves, and got in there and started hauling stuff out. And it's like, wow. It pretty close to home.
Yeah, this house catches, I'm just gonna sit outside at least 200 yards away and let her go. I had a way too much boom boom in here to be trying to fight. Shit,
dude. This guy, yeah, Jackie. We went through her closet and started pulling out boxes and boxes and boxes and boxes and boxes of ammo. We're like, woo, glad this closet glad they got the water on this house before this closet got hit, because otherwise they would have to clear the block for like 500 feet. Seriously.
Yeah, my downstairs would become my upstairs. Like, in a heartbeat.
It would have been one of those Acme cartoons, like,
boom, like boom. Yeah. So,
dude, I already have I've had a couple of these. You ever seen those little fire extinguishing little balls that they have? They're like this big.
Yeah.
I had some in the past. I think I'm gonna order probably 10 of them, because I've been up in my attic recently, which is another story I'll get into.
Just put them around.
Just drop them like over the kitchen, over stuff like that. So and they're not activated by heat; they're activated by flame.
Yep.
Or ignition source. So you're not going to get a false. They even have a demonstration. They put it in a car's engine.
Yeah,
and
I saw that.
500. Yeah, 500 miles and it doesn't go off. So it's not.
And then they make it go off with the fire, and then it's flame. It's like a freaking smoke grenade. I was thinking about that when forest fires. So oddly enough, if you watch the old school Godzilla movies, like I used to back in the day, there was a bomb they used on Godzilla once, and it took all the oxygen out of the air.
Yep.
Yeah.
And I was like, man, if they can make a bomb like that for forest fires, it would suck for everyone around, animals and whatnot.
Yeah. Yeah.
But if you can drop a big, like just one of those, like a Moab, like a giant, and drop one of those, That'd be cool for a forest fire, but yeah, you'd have to figure out something that wasn't toxic though.
Well, funny you say that. Gulf War. Cy remembers. You remember, Felix. A couple people remember. Retreating Iraqi soldiers set oil fields on fire.
Yeah, and they used dynamite to put them out.
Yeah, the contractors went in there and literally set dynamite off on top of them to suck all the oxygen out and extinguish the flame. Then they can get in there and cap the well, even though it was still spraying. It wasn't on fire.
Yeah, my thing is for forest fires, though.
I was there when some of those were still burning. You just saw this black smoke, and it was like, I don't think that's very good for us. And they're like, they'd let us know. Yeah, right.
Yeah,
they let you know for sure, brah. Sure.
Now unload this Humvee into that big fire with all these other chemicals and stuff that we're not taking back, and just burn everything.
Yeah, because I think like a C5 or C-130 flying low with like someone said halon sprayer,
right?
But I don't think halon's not really good for the environment.
No,
it's not, and it doesn't spread very well. It disperses in the atmosphere very well. It hugs the ground. That's one good thing about it. Then you're gonna have a chemical cleanup, so you'd have to find something natural that you can coat or something that can displace oxygen, and not kill every bunny and ant on the hillside.
Well, the thing is, they're gonna die anyway. So
not necessarily. If they can outrun the fire, then they're not gonna die. But if you take their oxygen depleting element and just spread it further than the fire to stop the fire, you're killing more bunnies and
you would have
never pass muster.
You would have every Sarah McLachlan wannabe.
Oh yeah,
crying about Bambi dying in the forest. Okay.
Yeah. You're right.
Actually,
halon is carcinogenic.
They're probably gonna try that shit in Russia, because remember they did that with the hostage situation. They put that nerve gas, that knockout gas in the air, and they killed like 5 people that were allergic. They're Russian. They're like, hey, we tried to save your lives.
Yeah.
You gotta weigh
in Russia, the hostage rescue you.
You gotta weigh the pros and the cons.
Our luck, they'll try it and it'll roll into some valley town. It'll be having this roll in. Everyone will start freaking passing out. Then they'll put a lake on it and bury it. It'll be fine.
Yeah. Well, to wrap that all up, Serve Pro, not an ad or a promotion or anything like that. Serve Pro, they called them. They were on there pretty quickly. They were in there boarding up the broken windows in the house and securing the house. That's the big thing. Because in certain places you have people like, oh, they see it on the news. It was definitely on the news, and there was actually evidence, I think, over the weekend of someone coming in there trying to break the lock off. Like there were boot prints on the door where they're trying to kick the door down. I'm like, what are they going to get? Some dirty silverware and some burnt furniture. Like we had went through that place with a rake and got all jewelry, everything that was salvageable out of there, band equipment, computers, hard drives, everything like that. But you never know about the vultures, man. It was ridiculous.
And people like that, them vultures, they were probably tweakers looking for copper pipes and wire.
Thankfully, like I said, the Jackie is a long-time law enforcement officer. He still works for code enforcement in Mobile, so he's got a partner. A couple people in his band are also law enforcement officers, first responders, and when it happened on Thursday night, they camped out in his driveway to make sure that nobody came through.
Nice. Yeah.
Those guys, Owen and Jack, they're probably not listening. We'll never listen, but those guys are my freaking hero because they did not give a shit. They dropped everything they were doing. They called their superiors, be like, yo, Jackie's house burned down. We got to do this. I'm like, yep, go ahead. So.
My Russian accent sounds like the red striped beard guy.
It kind of does.
Oh my God.
How dare you?
It kind of does.
How dare you when I'm culturally appropriating another culture?
Yep.
Talk bad about my cultural appropriation.
Wrapping it up. They're fine. They got great insurance. They're not sure what they're going to do yet. Either rebuild or move. We'll see. Sad about the puppy for sure. Sucks. But sorry for that downer. But I mean, just be aware. Be aware of your surroundings. check your plans. Check your fire plans. Go. You know what? After the show, go check your freaking smoke detectors.
Yep.
You know
That's
what
why
I
I
mean?
love the new codes on houses. My smoke detectors are actually hardwired into the house.
Dude.
The batteries just the backup.
Yeah.
And if you don't know, which I did not know this, I found out the first winter here. I had my
First winter.
No, I had my side-by-side running in the garage, and I was like, I'll be smart. I'll crack the garage door so the snow won't come in and let it run and warm up in the garage. Well, our room above the garage has a smoke detector, which I kind of forgot was there.
Oops.
And so I'm in the house. I come in the house to the alarms blaring and the dogs freaking out. And I'm running around the house, literally quick clearing the house. Like, what's on fire? Like, nothing's on. It's like 6 a.m. and I'm like running around like, what? And you have to turn off the one that started the alarms, because once one goes off, then they subsequently all go off.
Yeah.
To get everyone up, they don't do that, but you can't like hit that one. So you have to hit the first one that went off. So I'm like running around.
See Felix with a hatchet just going around like, chop.
No, I went back in the garage where it was quiet, and I'm like, no. But mine are mixed with carbon monoxide also. So I'm like,
oh yeah, CO2 detectors. Yeah.
Nothing is on. The gas is fine, and I'm like, what the fuck? And I'm like, oh my God, there's one. And I was in the garage looking at the side-by-side going, no shit.
Battery back
all
in
the
early 90s.
Carbon monoxide went it went up the stairs into that bonus room. Yeah. So I had to go open that, turn that one off. I was like, are you fucking serious?
Dude, I'm telling you. So if anything, this is a cautionary tale to check don't leave your carport fans running for 20 years, first off.
Yeah. Tom, go turn your carport fan off.
Also, the fire marshal did tell my wife the biggest cause of fires in the area is fart fans.
Yep.
What?
Fart fans.
Your
exhaust fans in your bathroom.
Exhaust fans?
Yeah, because people go in there, turn a light and an exhaust fan on. They're like, oh, it's kind of, steamy in here. So I'm going to just leave this on. And they go to work and they leave. And that the bearings burn out, the motor lights up, and it catches your house on fire.
They had a national, it got denounced, but in wife's part of home builders, and they had something where, and I'm definitely speaking out of court here, but they were going to make it mandatory for those to be like hardwired on in homes.
Well, they better rebuild the motors then, or have a better freaking bearing set.
That didn't go through, obviously.
Because it
was something stupid.
If you ever looked at those things, they have like a maybe less than a 1/4 inch like motor shaft, which requires a very small bearing, which induces heat because it's a small mass. Like, it's just ridiculous. Yeah, it's no, screw that.
Yeah,
man. Life does happen, Matt. You're right, man. That's why we're around, and right here we're trying to spread awareness, bro. I'm ordering like 10 of those little fireballs, and I'm gonna put them up in the attic. We did fire drills on Sunday with my kids. As far as like it made us super aware. Obviously, I have fire extinguishers. I'm not an idiot. I'm a big safety guy with races, so I have some big 5-10 pound ABC fire extinguishers.
So you're a safety guy and racist? What?
Yeah, the safety director for races.
Not racist. In space, racist.
I'm the guy. So if you want to paraphrase it, I'm the guy that
when
goes.
You guys put your hoods on, make sure you can see clearly. You don't want to run into.
I'm the guy that goes to push the cross out at the end.
Back up, Cletus. Don't want to burn yourself again.
That went way off the rails.
Wow.
Oh my God. Yeah. Yes, I'm the safety director at Races. RACES.
Dude, I wish I could do a meme. We need Dave Chappelle to do that. The safety guy for the Klan.
That's dude, you need to contact Dave Chappelle right now.
No, what's his name? What's his name from In Living Color? Fire Marshal
Bill. Jim Carrey.
Jim Carrey, have him come in and go, all right,
yeah.
What you need to have done was.
That's what happens here, Ducky veteran. Ducky.
All right, I found them. Fireballs are $44 on Amazon.
Yeah. The Elid or whatever Elid brand.
No, the AFO.
Okay,
automatic fireball extinguisher with mounting bracket, ABC extinguisher.
Yeah.
44 doll hairs.
That
Oh
ain't
wow,
bad, really.
it looks like that right there.
Yeah, it's literally a firebomb.
Yeah,
It
you
puts
just
out
set
fire.
it up, and when flames hit it, poof.
Oh, they got them in. Look at that. It's small enough to go into your circuit box.
Yeah, absolutely. So, I know it's been a long little segment, but I mean, it's raising
5-year
awareness.
warranty.
5-year shelf life. It can sit there for 5 years without going off. Then you got to blow it up.
Yeah, that's it. 5-year warranty.
Yeah.
All right, on order 6. There's 11.
I'm telling you, it's automatic. You got to think about it. It's like you want to install a sprinkler system, or you want some like bombs going off your house that are actually going to put the fire out instead of start a fire. I'm okay with an explosion if I don't.
I dare a fire come up here. I'll shoot it.
Do they have fire?
Do a fire?
Yeah, fire retardant bullets. Like just
dude,
40 millimeter, 40 mil, 40 Mike.
You could probably hook that up in you could probably hook one of those up in a potato launcher and fucking shoot other people's campfires out, you know.
Way better with a 40 Mike. Just
well, yeah, but you know, those are kind
just
of
make sure you got to stand out because it takes some time to arm.
Dude,
you're in your house.
Why don't they do that with a 40 Mike like the Mark 19, like the automatic grenade launcher? For freaking forest fires.
Sit outside of freaking 130.
Just build a line.
Well,
that's true. That too. They can do 105s out of the spookies.
Well, we would have survived the fire, but we have all these craters. It'll be like the army people that it was in the first Gulf War, and it was a story I heard from a B-52 pilot who was on the mission, and they found a big minefield, so they had an idea. They didn't want to clear it, so they called the B-52 in to do some carpet bombing, old school. And so they left, the tanks and everything left, and then they came back to where the field was, and they're like, all right, you guys are good to go. They're like, well, we can't cross it now because it's nothing but craters.
Yeah. The bombs and the mines, and now it's the surface of the moon.
Yeah.
Thanks. Now we got to take a 50 click detour around this crater field.
Around this crater field. Like, I don't think you think it works like you think it does. Now,
it seemed like a good idea at the time.
If they would have used airburst would have worked, but they're way more expensive.
Yeah, true. Cluster bombs.
No, not cluster bombs, just airburst. They blow up 50 feet up. And everything goes flat.
Shrapnel, yeah. But cluster bombs are smaller explosions and spread over a larger area.
But they don't all go off.
Now, what the Army does is we just back a trailer up to the minefield
and shoot the rope. I think we just back a trailer up
and we pause and we wait for the Air Force to come finish our dirty work.
Uncle Si's like.
But
that's the first time in my life I've ever done that. Actually,
I saw a video of because I worked for Caterpillar. I was a design engineer for Cat for a while.
Grant, what's going on? Another Aussie in the house.
And they actually had a excavator that would dig itself into the ground. He would dig his path in. His cab was 2 feet above, like where he can see 2 feet, but everything was armored, even the boom. And he would dig through a minefield. I saw this video. I'm like, that's the dumbest shit. Is this guy like the guy who's doing that job? How is his you can't even walk up to him and go hi without him shitting himself. I know, but he would dig and literally, and everything would pause. Then he can continue digging. I'm like,
he let the dust settle a little bit and be like, well, there was another one. He's got a little like his bedpost. He's like Mark.
I was like, man. Yeah, no, they actually outlawed our cluster bombs because they don't all go off. That was one of Princess Di's
UXOs.
One of Princess Di's big initiatives were to outlaw cluster bombs because yes, they're great for enemy, but they were hurting more kids after the fact in those war-torn countries. You know, because you can't guarantee they all go off. Thanks, Muns.
Very true. I will go into a little bit more of a side subject, but we do have to honor this for sure. 1 second. Share screen.
I don't know what.
Oh, let me find it. We did have a brother in arms die during the Crucible event at boot camp at Paris Island.
Really?
I think it was yesterday. Yeah. Marine recruit died Friday during the culminating Crucible event, Marine Corps Recruit Depot, Paris Island, South Carolina. PFC Dalton Bills died during the event. Paris Island did not provide any details about his death or immediately respond to a request for comment. His age and hometown are not disclosed. It's about basically all they have about that. So let's just say keep that family in your thoughts and prayers. Even though he hadn't made it through basic training yet, he on his freaking way. That was the last little bit. I'll definitely give him that bit of respect, and that's got to be hard going through basic training and being in that class too. And I think on me and Cy were talking about it a little bit earlier. Like they just stopped that class and we're like, okay, you're done. You're done. You're a Marine.
You think they did? I don't think they did. I think they would go forward because that's for what you're in. I'm not.
I know what you're saying,
but I think it's a part of it, and you have to you still got to do your mission when your brothers fall.
Yeah.
So
I'm in a veteran group that has a daughter that is in that same class. They did stop the trip. They're only like 2 or 3 days out from graduating anyway. They stopped everything.
Okay.
Yeah, that weren't far at all. Like they'd done everything. They were just literally going through the Crucible, and that's it.
And yeah, he said
exactly, Sarah. Exactly.
Yeah, his daughter's class. They said, "Look, guys, this is what happened. It was an accident. We're taking the rest of the time off until your graduation ceremony is. So go back to the barracks. There's counselors available if you need them."
Well, I'm glad they're actually doing that and not telling people to fucking suck it up.
Yeah. That's a little much. Well, I mean, kinder, gentler military in a lot of great ways. Some not so good ways, but
not so good ways. But that part is good because at least they're tackling the mental health issue. Before it's an issue.
Yes, exactly.
And not letting it roll off and be like, suck it up. This is what happens at war.
Suck it up. You had somebody die in boot camp. Now you're about to go off to another war where a bunch of other people are going to die. Welcome to your rest of your life.
Right. Yeah.
So absolutely. Yeah. That's
I watched the John Hancock when I was in Sacred Mountain. We watched the video from YouTube, which I need to buy, by John Hancock, who was out in Ramadi. He was one of the Marines out there. And they did a video on a lot of his brothers that were with him in Ramadi. And the guy straight up was talking about the urban style warfare, coming around a corner and shooting 2 dudes. And they were, weren't done. And so he had to finish the guy off. And he goes, that was the first time I just saw an Iraqi or whatever.
And I had to shoot him in the freaking heart and head. You know what I mean? Something like that.
So, I'm glad they're past the suck it up buttercup phase.
Yeah. Yeah, that got a lot of people dead.
I got my doggies out there
outside the war. So, give me a perfect opportunity. I know we're on kind of a little down note right now, but we're exploring issues, daily topics mixed in with our hobbies, mixed in with our opinions about everybody else's hobbies and daily topics. But I will take the time to throw up this. We are part of the Veterans Anonymous Network. We are broadcasting live right now on the Veteran Anonymous Twitch, twitch.tv/vetsanon. Also on YouTube at YouTube/Veterans Anonymous and Facebook at Facebook/Veterans Anonymous 22. I haven't had concise word yet, but I'm pretty sure Monday Night Mayhem Radio is on a slight hiatus, more than likely until the fall. It's fine. Hosts need their time. Absolutely no problem. Usually that is on 7 p.m. Central Standard Time on Mondays. You're watching us right now on Scram, Jett, the best show on the network. We ain't got any Marines or Crayon Eaters in here, which is fine. 8 p.m. Central Standard Time. You're watching us right now. Thank you. Thank you for being in here. For all 13 people of you, I'm glad with this little average. We have people float in and out. If you like us, Give us a recommendation. Share us out. Talk to your friends about us. Bring up topics, object, guest, whatever you think you need to see on here. Just think about the general audience we have. Like, we're not very niche. Well, we kind of are with barbecue and cars, but other than that, we like to explore different things. 8 p.m. Central Standard Time on Tuesday nights. On Wednesday nights, please join Combat Cricket, Uncle Si, and most of the times, Miss Cuddling Kittens down here. 7 p.m. Central Time. Heard they had some great games over there. You guys been playing some games lately?
No, we've just been caught up in conversation.
Oh, good. Yeah, good. Make sure to jump in the comments there. That's the biggest thing we're kind of drawn through now is conversing with the comments. I know I got 7 over here rolling through, so I'll see everybody's like, shirts off, shirts coming off. So Sarah Bonner, absolutely, baby. If you need to talk, we got a couple of resources in the comments. Jessica Earhart's here for sure. Grant, Melbourne Aussies and lockdowns. Oh, you're talking about your buddy. I got you.
Oh.
So to round out the week, you got these guys. They do a couple things, kind of devil doggish. Full Metal Crayon Eaters, they like to run and stuff. Kind of weird. But seriously, Baby Jesus and Tommy Erotic on Thursday nights, 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. I need to find a link for Kyle's run because he's my brother. He is going to be running 3,000 miles across the United States. He's having a little bit of a tough time finding drivers. He's got all kinds of different resources for sure lined up, but he's having a tough time finding drivers and a little bit of funding to put him on the top, over the top, and reach his goal. Yeah, Si's got a freaking shirt on right now. I thought I had a banner queued up for him. I am not positive though. I don't know why we don't. I don't know why we don't. The entire network doesn't have a slide for him. It's probably because I haven't done it, but. Yeah, because he's my brother.com. Also listen Thursday nights to Full Metal Crayon Eaters with Tommy Erotic and Kyle Killinger. Great message, great awareness message. We are obviously a little bit different of a show. We are a redirection show and a little bit more of an action reaction show. Yes, Jade, I agree. Nobody's made that banner yet.
What banner?
In the Facebook Messenger chat.
Oh,
Said there should be a.
Yeah,
I know. Well, we have one of our hosts that needs to get out of here. She's got another hobby / business to get to.
Who?
Me.
She.
I got
Oh,
doggos to take care of tonight.
Oh, I was like, what are you talking about? I just got back here. Dave, you
So,
go to
hey,
sex change already?
Thank you very much for joining us, Cuddling Kittens. So,
Damn, Sarah.
yeah, This is kind of a bad day.
That's a lot.
That's a lot.
Today sucks.
No,
But
let's just all
even though
consistent.
today sucks, it's still a blessing because some of us are still here. Even the shitty days are blessings. Because they make us be able to appreciate the good days.
Oh wow, I didn't know that was there.
All right, Jenny.
Cuddling Kittens. Any
Jenny on the block. You gonna hotbox?
Jenny,
Bye.
you want to give a small outro? You just out. It's fine. Either way.
My whole spiel is that you have to pour into yourself in order to. So make sure you do something this week, today, sometime in the next month or so for yourself. That's all.
Absolutely. Thank you for those words of wisdom.
Yes.
good luck on your crocheting and happy trails with your adventure tonight.
To you.
Yes.
Till we
Bye. Have a good
meet
night.
again.
Thank you.
Da, 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 da. Top of the hour. Top of the morning.
It is that cues you, my good sir.
Oh, here we go. Thank you, guys. Yes, I am the American, aka the Sauce Boss, or is it Sauce Boss, aka the American? I don't really know nowadays. Lately, I've just been doing my thing, but I have a little redirect and focus on business. Things are hitting hot and heavy, and I do appreciate all the love out there. Everyone that is out there placing orders, doing it. Cy and my mom are actually in the lead. They're kind of fighting out who's ordered the most sauce over the years. Literally, when I look at my analytics, it's like mom, Cy, mom. And it's kind of funny, but
I don't mind being second to your mom. I'll understand that one. I don't mind.
But I like to share something that I've done on my website here recently. And if you guys have been on lately, you've noticed it. So barbecuesauce.com, it should be up and pulled. We have our normal home screen sauces, rubs, where you can get on and order directly from here to that specific sauce or rub page. You can go to our online store, of course, and get all of our wonderful products. Teespring merch store. We have this little drop down here that a lot of people don't notice a lot on our website. You can actually order gift cards on our website where you can send someone an email, a text, and or print out a copy of the gift card. And the whole gift card, you can use it on the online store only, but you can order people gift cards. We do have recipes. Beard Fam, it's nothing there right now. Rapid City shows all the stores we're in Rapid Sioux Falls. This one is our supporter page, and that's kind of where I'm going with this. Our supporter page has a lot of the companies that support me. They don't directly purchase barbecue sauce, but they're people that I know personally. They're companies that I know that are good companies, validated, that I believe in, that are doing good things out there. I added a donate button to the website. It's for the food trailer. That's for people that not necessarily want to always buy barbecue sauce, but they still want to give back and help out with everything. And you can donate anywhere from $1 to whatever you want. That goes straight to our trailer fund, because there's a lot of extra things since the SBA only did fund 90% of the trailer cost. It's really great that they did at least that, which helped us, because I'm not getting 47 grand out of thin air, but I still need the rest for the rest of the trailer, stocking the trailer, supplying the trailer, getting my first buy-in for Cisco, doing a lot of other things. So there's been some people on there that have donated. But the biggest thing that I wanted to point out, and near and dear to my heart, like guys were talking when I came back about awareness, is Sacred Mountain. Sacred Mountain's a place I went to here 2 weeks ago up in the Black Hills of Deadwood in South Dakota. And this is a spot that you can go. It's for first responders, veterans, cops, law enforcement. What are they? Correctional officers. That's what I was looking for. And I have a link. This one right here is directly to the Sacred Mountain page, so you can learn more about them. Click the link, save a life. And then donate $6 on the 6th of every month. You can get on here, and it's where the hills heal the heroes, which is true. I don't really consider myself a quote unquote hero or whatever you want to call it. But let's see if I can do this properly. I don't really know how to. And they probably need to stay on page. Maybe. Open a new page window. I don't know. Oh, is it sharing that? I don't probably really know if it is.
It's not sharing. It's just got the two, Sacred Mountain and Got Your Six.
All right. Well, I'll do it the other way. Like, I guess you can't really jump screens. I'm not too shabby with that. But here it is. This is the 6 on the 6th. You can donate $6, $10, $15 to $20, or a proprietary amount. You can do that monthly or one-time gift. You can dedicate it to someone. And this program literally pays for veterans to go, and first responders and the type that we're trying to help. Pretty much the people that put their lives on the line in America and overseas to help out you.
And say that again. They pay for it. What is it?
It's 100%.
You get to the airport.
Yeah. All you got to do is make it to your local airport. and Sacred Mountain literally pays for everything. They pay for your plane ticket there. Hell, you might even have me pick you up at the airport to bring you down to Sacred Mountain. You spend a week there. All the meals are paid for. Peer-to-peer counseling, horse work, doing horse, equine therapy, doing blacksmithing. They do leatherworking, a lot of that stuff is subject because a lot of stuff is donated, but 100% of this money goes to feeding, keeping the lights on, feeding the horses, and stuff like that. Because we did yoga. A lot of stuff is donated for this program. So I just kind of wanted to trump this. So if you order anything from beardbarbecuesauce.com, if you've ordered it in the subsequent weeks since I've been back from this program, you're actually going to get a pamphlet in your box that has a pamphlet about Sacred Mountain, a card about 6 on the 6. And that card right there that Dave's holding up is something that will be in every order for now on, as long as there's a program out there. And there's a lot of other programs that are really good that I can't even speak on, but I can speak on this one because this is something I actually went through, helped me get my life back on track. And
like you said, there's a lot of other programs out there that do similar things, like Tackle 22 Fishing. What's the other one? The race car one where they get vets to go out and,
Yeah. And I'm just I just want to speak on the stuff that I know about
exactly
right now and kind of focus on something that actually does help, because nothing about all the programs that are bad. There's nothing bad about awareness, but I was aware. Yeah. I was aware, but I was also still drinking a handle a night. Aware. Like Cuddling Kitten says, when you're in your depression, I can't see your march. I can't see your push-ups. Nothing against it, but that is not actually physically doing anything for me.
Right.
And this took me out of my shit, made me put it in my face and deal with it and work through it and just, work on being a better person all in all. And at the end of the day, I speak on what's changed my life and what's been a part of my life. And this has actually done something physical. And there's nothing wrong with all the other programs that out there that have outreach or awareness. Nothing wrong with them at all. But this is something that I believe in so strongly because it saved my life. And I've been a part of all that other stuff so long, and it didn't. I was still broken, and I'm still broken. I'm not I'm a real boy, I'm fixed. But at least I worked through my demons, and I can see who they are and what they are. And at the end of the day, I'm better for it. And I can make all my decisions knowing what triggers I have and what places I need to stay away from in up here, because like I said, I have been since I retired, even before I retired, all the stuff about awareness, that's good. But we can only be so aware because you're still hurting. You're still fighting, and we need something like this that actually physically helps you through that fight. Because I'm not gonna lie, there's been some nights sometimes where I've seen that shit and I hate it. I hated it because it did nothing for me. For one, I can't do all those push-ups every fucking day. I'm broken, literally. So I felt bad about that, and there's just thing. I'm being honest here, 100%, no holds barred, no filter off. It made me feel bad because I can't go rep them out like I used to. I can't fucking run across the United States. I can't do all this shit. So it was kind of rubbing into my face a little bit. And that's the way I felt. Not every moment, but some moments it felt bad. It made me feel bad. But that's what depression, anxiety, and PTSD does. It makes you look at the things that are good in your life as bad things.
And it just then, once, like you were saying, I can't
spiral.
It spirals and just multiplies. It's like, I can't do push-ups. Then you feel worse about yourself for not being there. And then you feel bad for not, I totally understand.
Not contributing. And so for what Sacred Mountain has done for me, everyone can do it. You literally sit there and you talk peer to peer. There's no counselors. Everything is, we had people that were in the military back in the 80s,
Yep.
And they were able to do everything because all it is just kind of, it's like being at camp, But then you sit around and you talk to everyone that's been through shit. You know, some of the shit's the same, some of it's new. You know, people are talking things out, and like I said, they're peeling back layers. I went in there with one specific issue, and I came out realizing multiple specific issues, being able to be just better generally all around. So, you know, like I said, if you're looking for something to give, something that actually makes physical change, I can't speak on any other program. I haven't been through any other program, but this one is no bullshit, real deal. We woke up in the morning, we worked out, you know, and it wasn't like this whole like military style workout. No, I woke up at 4:50 to 5 o'clock in the morning before a lot of other people. They had a gym. I went and did hot work yoga, went and did hot bike yoga or hot bike work. They had the hot works. They have bikes, stationary bikes inside of a
hot
sauna.
Bike work, sauna.
Yeah, sauna thing. I did that. You know, so it's kind of like a lot of self-paced stuff. I went
today,
and,
Junior.
Went out and hiked the property after all that stuff.
No, I understand what you're saying, but it was like,
yeah,
it, but I can understand it kind of went into a little blur, which was actually kind of good because it kept your mind occupied.
Yeah, it keeps your mind occupied, and it's pretty. Yeah. It's a pretty awesome program, like I said, and I can only speak on that and other things I talked about with the other, you know, which everyone hates, you know, Wounded Warrior, which is a load of crap. And some other programs. That one's truly one, but I'm looking at. I don't need a picnic. I don't need a party. I don't need a parade. I just needed to talk to other people that went through some shit, honestly, and get it out in a safe environment. And that's what they say there at Sacred Mountain. Just come in, take your shield off, take your armor off, because it's 100% safe space. So that's my spiel for beardbqsauce.com.
No, I mean, here we go. The dreaded words to piggyback on that. You know, your command sergeant major, your chief, or somebody comes up behind the commander to piggyback on that. This is not to knock any awareness activities. We're just saying that sometimes a lot of awareness gets. We're definitely aware. Every program out there that promotes awareness, whether it be a hike, a run, anything like that, especially the ones with our colleagues on this network, for sure. We truly support that because there's a lot of civilian population and a lot of military populations that are not aware of this stuff. You know what I mean? They're good day to day, whatever. But what Felix is getting to is that there needs to be a little bit more action involved, a little bit more direction from that awareness. Like, oh, you're aware of this? Oh, here we go. Here's an avenue to go down after you're aware of it. Here, support this program now that you're aware of it.
Right.
Yeah. So, and that's what I'm saying. It's like you can only get so much, do so much of awareness until everyone's aware. But guess what? People are still dying.
Yeah.
People are still feeling alone. People are still feeling not a part of it. And it is good to get it out there in front of people's faces. Like, hell, that guy, that Marine, Jonathan Hancock, you know, he went through that program.
Yeah.
You know, and he has a movie on Netflix called The Bastards. I need to, not Netflix, on Amazon or YouTube. Can't say the words. I'll find it.
It's like, just it gave you more tools to work through things. Like you said, you went through thinking you had one issue and then you realized you had more issues going through the experiences with other veterans and stuff. So,
right.
No, seriously, we'll see what my schedule allows, but that seems like something I need to go through a little bit too. I don't know. I'm coping. Do it every day, man. Like I said, this is more of a redirection show and dealing with your demons the best way you know how. And I've had a couple demons this week, and it's called a home network. Yeah. So, I try to keep myself involved and, active and trying to do new projects and stuff like that. Since I don't have a shop built yet for my cars, I try to do some home improvement stuff, right? Well, I had this bright idea when I first moved in. I want to do a whole home network. I'm going to, do a server rack with a switch and all this stuff and a wireless access point. It's not just another modem, then a router, like the basic BS that you do. So I actually did that starting Sunday. I literally sweated through 2 shirts in my attic. Then did a lot of gymnastics, did some positions and yoga positions I didn't mean to do. Did not put a foot through the gypsum board or drywall up in the I'm pretty proud of that.
That's a bonus.
yeah. But I did get quite a few Cat 5 cables run, or Cat 6 cables run and terminated. Another coax cable run and terminated between my access point out on the side of the house to my modem in the back, and then got everything set up. Got the wireless access point. It's like a corporate, like enterprise access point. Nice. A lot of configuration, which I'm not used to. I'm a hardware guy. I can hook everything up with software. I was like, oh, it'll be pretty easy. Not easy whatsoever. I'm still fighting it. But I finally did the old switcheroo and workaround. I brought my old wire. So a modem is the thing that the internet comes into your house through the cable, right? To the coax cable. Then you have an Ethernet cable that goes to a router, which should be your wireless router if you have something separate. Sometimes they're the same thing. I have 2 separate ones because it's a little bit better configuration. Well, I tried to go to a big 24-port switch and all this crazy crap, and then broadcast it to a wireless access point, and then I was going to run other drop lines later on in the future. Didn't work out whatsoever. So today I finally ripped my other router out of the wall, took it back there, plugged it in, basically bypassed everything, went through it, and plugged that into the switch. I got it working about an hour before I came in here.
All right, Dan, I found a trailer. I'm going to play it. It's just a trailer for the movie you can buy on YouTube. But the cool thing is we got to watch it there. And after the movie, we actually, because this guy, Jonathan Hancock, talks to Jared.
Bastard's Road. Yeah.
Yeah. And he actually FaceTimed with us, which is really cool, and talked to us because he has gone through the program. So I hope you guys could hear the audio on this.
Share audio on the Google. Yeah. Turn the volume up first. There we go.
Yep.
Can you hear it?
The man has been walking across the country since last year.
9,000 kilometers, 5,800 miles. It's a lot of lonely road out there.
They lose part of themselves when they go to war, and we just hope that we can help them.
That's Jonathan Hancock.
Some parts back together.
I don't think we're looked at as patriots.
I remember hearing about him. Yeah.
I think we're looked at as damaged goods.
Once you're home, you think it's over. It's just beginning. You go off to war, and you're going to be asked to do unspeakable things. To think that you just went over and did your job, that's pretty ignorant.
Most people, they look at PTSD and they see weakness. It's a survival mechanism. It's what the situations that we were in over there demanded us to behave in a different way.
No one else knows what we went through but them.
Not being able to see these guys or not knowing how they're doing, you tend to lose it. It's hard to communicate.
I was very angry very quickly. And I didn't have any control over where my mind was going or what I was thinking about. And I couldn't stop them from happening.
When John comes, he carries the grief too, but it's like, I'm not the only one. Like
Gold Star families.
These are strong individuals. They're not victims. They're survivors.
SFMM. I know what that means.
Yeah, so the older lady and that one woman that was crying that he hugged were Gold Star families. Actually, the woman that he hugged, he took boots from her son who passed, and he wore those boots on a really good part of his journey. And she's actually sits on the board for Sacred Mountain. So they are intertwined really tightly with the program I went through. Nice. So like I said, when I say this is no bullshit, like, because this place also, I did forget to say, they also offer a program for Gold Star families. Now, I think when Gold Star families go through it, it's only people in Gold Star families. Like, so we met a lady when I went through, we went to a little event at a EMT shed, a barn, ambulance barn. And the lady who runs the ambulance barn's husband passed away. He got killed in a house fire where the propane tank blew up here in South Dakota. So she's a Gold Star family, survivor of a fireman who gave his all and lost his life. And she went through the program. And then I had an open house pretty much the weekend after I got out of there and came back. and there was a woman who went through. She's an Air Force vet, but her husband was also in the military, and he passed, and so she was a Gold Star, and she went through. So yeah, they do a lot, like I said. So that's kind of my last little spiel on it. I just wanted to get that out there. You can buy his movie on YouTube, and it's definitely worth the watch. Like the guy with the names, those are all the names of his guys in his, I believe, 2 different units or whatever the Marine Corps has. Their pods. Yeah, but those are all his brothers that are, I think, passed away.
Their squads.
Because it was something Mountain Division, blah blah blah. I don't know, those designations.
Those are range structures. We're Air Force. Sorry.
Well, no, not that. It was 2nd Marine, like Division something. Like
No, I
1st Marine, 2nd Battalion.
No disrespect intended, but we just don't know.
Where's Tom and Kyle when you need them?
Yeah, exactly.
Eating crayons in the corner. Pretty much. Now, the funny thing is, so we watched that whole thing, and then Jared let us go on FaceTime, and everyone was just like awed. Like no one had anything to say. Room of 20 people. What did I say? Guess what I said?
Oh, shit.
Jonathan, how is it that a Marine made a movie and not one single crayon was seen? To his reply, I wrote the movie script in crayon. I was like, touche.
Perfect. Perfect response. Perfect response.
Because it was the room was so heavy after watching that that it was just like, I gotta break this ice.
Bring him up, bro. Bring him up.
I gotta break it. Which made everyone kind of breathe again, and everyone was laughing. It was like, oh, and one of the buddy, he goes, dude, thank you, because I didn't know what the fuck to say.
Right.
Hey, so here's actually a family member of mine, Chuck Medley. He married one of my cousins. He's retired CSM Army. Dude's badass. He's MP. And he ended up going after that into emergency management. So I think this guy spent some time in Puerto Rico and Haiti, I believe, after crazy hurricanes and stuff. So he has seen probably some of the worst from the military to humanitarian aid. But this guy's probably got some stories to tell. And Chuck, I don't know if you're still on or not. We may have to have you on one night and talk to you about a couple things for sure. I didn't even think about this for a little while. I know you've been popped in here a couple times, but I'm sure this guy's got some methods for sure. He's a pretty stoic guy. We chat up family reunions and whenever we meet up in Selma, but I think we need to sit down and talk a little bit more for sure. So just let me know, brother. Michael, rolling in with the metal detecting, bro. Trying to find that Spanish bullion, bro.
Doubloons.
Yeah, doubloons. Didn't find anything good, but being out with my machine was good enough. Absolutely. It keeps your mind focused. And you're on mission. You're on mission, man. You're on mission.
You're on a mission with your, socks up to your knees and sandals. And
it's like it's like fishing. 90% of the time I go fishing, I don't catch fish, I catch a buzz. But the fact that you're out there, you're concentrating on your line, you're feeling the little bumps, you're working the lure,
Yeah.
You're listening to the metal detector,
Chuck, we'll have to get up pretty soon and talk about a couple things and see what kind of format we want to bring and have to go through your background a little bit, see what we can kind of benchmark and see points in your career maybe and points in your after your career in the military to see what could help people. And who knows? We'll just explain the story, man, what you've been through, how you cope with it.
If he made CSM in the MP Corps, that's a BAMF, a badass motherfucker. Okay.
Well, when you walk up to this guy, his presence, and that's what I always respected. You know what I mean? My cousin's younger than me. He's obviously older than me. I think he got out of the military shortly before I went in.
Your cousin's younger than you that he married?
Yeah, they're married. So what?
And you're older?
Than what?
Than him? What?
No. He's a little bit older. Cousin's a little bit younger, but you got to realize I'm pushing 40. My cousin's not that much younger than me. She's also in emergency management. Both of them in emergency management.
No, I just made
there's
it.
some awesome people.
It made it sound like you're older than him. I'm like, what?
Are you confused? Are you confused?
Yeah,
bro. You ain't pushing 40. I've seen gray in your beard, and your hairline is got a 5 head going. You ain't pushing 40.
What are you talking about pushing 40? I got some of the best hair on the block, bro. I got good genes, man. I'm telling you. It comes from your maternal grandfather's side, and he had a full head of hair to the day he died. So I'm good to go.
Oh, okay, Christine. For everybody else, you're not numbskull. You don't know. A CSM is a command sergeant major. That's the highest, one of the highest ranks you can get in most military branches. Being an NCO, E9, and still be an NCO. You're a really bad mofo if you got to be a. You've been in the military. You've been in the military a long time.
You used to be a bad mofo. Nowadays,
you used to be. Nowadays, it's but
in the Air Force, they used to say you're either a chief or you're an E9.
Yeah,
right.
The same thing in the Navy.
Yeah,
Army was the same way. We had either E9s, master sergeants, or we had sergeant majors.
This right here got me right here. Hell, me and Si are pulling 40.
But Audie,
that's good right there.
I ain't seen 40 in 12 years, bro.
That's good right there.
Yeah.
I dropped 40 off a couple of years ago. Shit.
I'm still sitting in it, so I'm good. Keep my mouth shut. I'll be 47 this year.
Oh yeah, boy. Oh yeah. All right. So speaking of hobbies and things like that, here's one that I really enjoy. I go around the country and I help run drift events, and we have our third round of the Clutch Kickers drift event, $100,000 drift event coming up this weekend, and I have a little promo video. I don't know if a lot of veterans have been exposed to this, but for me, I help run the event, and that's the mission that I'm looking for in a lot of this stuff. It is. I have an objective. I have to run a safe event over 3 days. Obviously, that's my timeline, and I got my resources, so I have to manage my resources, my staff, and all that stuff. So this event, I'm taking on a slightly different role. I'm going to be more of a floater type operations management. I'm going to be running, kind of guard for the judges because they had a big influx of people trying to do protests on some runs and stuff like that. And I'm going to be running some competition timeouts when they have to repair their cars in between runs, if so. So I hadn't been there since maybe March was our first round, or February. I was in Vegas for the second round. But this is going to be a lot of fun. I'm going to share the video for it right now. So, maybe I did not do that right. Share screen, share audio. That's better.
Yeah, Sarah, you're about to see what a drift event is.
Kind of like Drunks on Tuesday at the drag strip in Vegas.
Sort of, kind of.
That's how it really started in Japan. I need you to get home to Mama-san.
Through the mountain passes.
I can't make this car go straight. This is kind of fun.
Little pushing. It's all good.
Oh yeah. A lot of pushing.
Wow.
So that's going on this weekend. 11th, what is it? 11th, 12th, and 13th. 11th we'll have tech inspection, track setup, a little bit of practice. 12th is going to be top 64 qualifying and stuff like that. And Sunday we're going to be rolling into top 32. Lots of competitors, lots of pro drivers, lots of pro 2 drivers. we have a blast. There's lots of veterans that actually come out there. We have a volunteer corps of active duty because we're in Northwest Florida right there. We're around Navarre. Take it easy, Mike. Hey, let's get up on that little slideshow you got with the rest of your metal detecting info. I'm going to roll through that real quick. We'll have to do a little special night for that.
I got to make a comment about Jade with her being an MP. I could just imagine her being like in the motor pool and hearing Sergeant Major's on his way. And she's like, oop, you know.
Doesn't she just like squat down behind a Humvee?
Squat? You mean just stand there?
Yeah. Oh, wow. All right.
What?
All right. So bottom of the hour again. Actually, give me just 1 second.
Yeah, but like when Jade put that comment up, I could just imagine in her voice, she's like, what? A command sergeant major? I'm out. You know?
Yeah, when I was in, it was never, I don't know, after being in depot and dealing with the level of, it was rank high, heavy, like there were no airmen. We talked to, literally, you go to a video teleconference if you're the team lead on a job and you're sitting there in front of 4-star general and he's like, what are you going to do with my jet, Sarge? What are you going to do with my fleet? And you're like, yeah. You're just talking about the job. And then our commander was a lieutenant colonel who immediately got bird after his last year tenure, which it looks like they already automatically rolled into general. And then they come and do PT with you. And when you get put on your ass in Frisbee football by a 1-star general, you kind of start realizing that they're just people, you know. There's some hard asses. So like I remember we had our Chief O, and Webb remembers Chief O, Chief Osborne.
Oh my God, I love that guy.
Oh yeah, Chief Osborne. He was an old school chief, and I remember he'd get on me when the Air Force changed uniforms. It was August 1st was the date that it had to be done, and I had my uniform ready. I didn't want to wear it. I was holding my BDUs to the last day. Yep. And he comes up to me and goes, Sergeant Irving. He goes, why aren't you in a new uniform? I'm like, well, Chief, Big Air Force says I don't need to put my big new uniform on until August 1st. If they wanted me to put it on, like when I got it, they should have told me to put it on when I got it. They gave me a date, and I'm going to follow that date. Right. No shit. That August 1st date, he was in my office when I came to work.
Everybody.
And I had that shit on.
2012? Yeah.
Yep. And I had that shit on. But no, it was funny. So I ran into Chief O, retired. I was retired. He was out. He was retired. And I was in front of base going to the barbershop to drop off some product. And I saw him, and I don't know what happened in my head, but I saw him.
Osborne, man.
And I got out of my truck. I was like, "What's up, Larry?" and he looked at me, and because I'm like, I'm out. I'm retired. You're retired. Like, what's up?
That's Chief Larry. That's Chief Larry to you.
I looked at him, and he looked at me. I looked at him, and he kind of looked back at me, and I'm like, "Yeah, I'm sorry about that, Chief. That didn't feel right. It felt like calling your dad by his first name." Yep. Like, you know, it was just like weird. Like, I was like, yeah, I'm sorry, Chief, my bad. Because even he was a sheriff in town. And I remember seeing him on duty. Yeah. And I'd be like, hey, what's up, Chief? And everyone looked at him like, I'm like, no, that's Chief.
No, he's Chief, bro.
That's Chief O. Yeah.
Guarantee he rolls up in a scene that involves anybody in the Air Force, and you roll up in a scene, they're going to address him first.
Oh, yeah. We've had a couple airmen get lippy with him and didn't know he was a chief, and he would find out and then roll to their squadron. So the subsequent evening,
God help them. Help them.
Yeah. But no, he was a chief. He was cool shit. I remember that.
The first experience I had with him is that literally in processing, it was me and 4 other airmen lined up against the wall in the squadron. Dude comes out of his office with a baseball bat, just
he had that freaking bat like he was Negan. He was Negan before there was Negan.
What'd y'all do? Come see me. And one dude, I was a little bit older when I came in the Air Force, so I was like, oh, okay, I get the game, blah blah blah. But still, in the back of my mind, I was like, is he going to hit me in the face with this bat? Like, okay, I understand intimidation tactics.
Big
but
old light skinned black dude. Like he was like 6'3".
He was my height. Yeah, he was definitely my height, 250, because he was a chief. He could be 250 if he wanted to be. But these three other airmen were 18, 19, 20 years old, like on the wall, parade dress, shook. Like, this chief is going to kill me. Like, what y'all do to come see me? And one of them was like, Chief, we're just in processing. He's like, oh, that's all you had to say. Right?
Yeah, he was cool shit.
Oh my God. Yeah, that's my first impression of a true chief in the Air Force.
Well, just like Chief Sharfus, the guy who let us use his smoker, he bought Wall Meats out in Wall, obviously.
Yeah,
runs a meat processing plant in a restaurant. Opened up a spot here in Rapid. My sauce is in there. I went in there one day to re-up, and he was in there sweeping the floor. And I was like, Chief, I'm like, I like what you done. He goes, no. I said, I like what you done here. You guys are, so you're doing a good job. He goes, hey man, I just drive a truck and sweep the floor. That's literally. He goes, I just drive trucks and I just drive a truck and sweep the floor. That is a chief. He is not the man on show, even though it's his run. His family helps him out. He has employees. You know, he pushes everyone else. I've literally talked to him twice, and that's just personally. When I see him, I deal with his business folks, and they make it happen. And he highlights his people, you know, and that's what he did when he was in the Air Force. So it's more than just a rank. It's an attitude. It's a personality. It's as we call it, it's a swagger they have.
Yeah. I can tell you the chief we had after, I think it might have been directly after Chief O. I'm not going to mention him by name, but he was a metals tech chief. Metals tech guy, maintainer. And he was
horrible.
The worst example of a E9 I've ever seen. I will
let you know. So he was out of the military for other reasons. Yeah. And at that rank, your rank, when you get rank, it's a little bit different, especially in the Air Force. They have different rules that apply because it's a board, the big chief. Well, anyway, it was a medical reason he was out. So they took his last board scores and did it. So he was inspecting my tool room as a senior master sergeant with his ABU jacket on and your epaulet in the middle with your rank. The next day, this dude comes back to inspect something else. And I'm talking to him, calling him senior this. And he holds me up. He goes, hey, Sergeant, you will address me as no. He straight up. He didn't do any of that. He goes, you will address me as a chief. And I'm thinking, I wasn't looking at him when I was talking. I was doing something. And I'm thinking, you can't just call yourself. I'm like, literally, like, you can't just call yourself a chief, like, because you want to be called. I'm thinking, like, it was out of cycle. They gave it to him out of cycle. And I'm like, he was kind of anyway. I was like, and I turned around. I'm like, you can't just call yourself chief. And I looked at his chest, and I was like, I'm like, how do you was a senior yesterday? And it was like no memo, no nothing, no. Hey man, how you doing? I'm a chief. I put chief on. I'm not saying you got to do it, but you're in some place. He did that shit on purpose,
dude. Yeah. He was, like I said, he was metals tech. That was his job in the Air Force, and he went up to the rank and management and all that kind of crap, pro super and stuff like that. And you would think, as a true maintainer, he would be up there and try to make some decent change. No, he absolutely did not. He absolutely ran straight into the political bull crap. Dude,
he's one of the reasons I retired.
We had some VIPs on base, and they came in to see our shop, and we were cutting out these little trinkets on the water jet out of stainless steel for these VIPs coming through. Well, we had an 8x4 sheet on the water jet because we're actually going to cut some actual aircraft parts and different things out later. We're like, we'll just use this little corner real quick. Well, water jet uses 60,000 psi of pressure, and it put some bubbles into the tank, and it actually floated that sheet up a little bit and pushed it over. So that little thing we were cutting out didn't get cut out correctly. So the guy we were showing it to had a couple stars on his chest. Well, his collar at the time, not the center, And he was like, "Oh no, that's fine. That's pretty cool though." Blah 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 blah. And their whole entourage started walking out, and this chief came up and says, "You will have 3 of those things done in an hour." Chief, we got aircraft parts to run. We literally sliced this into our day to have him a little tour. Now we're going back to run the aircraft parts. No, you will have 3 of these things done in an hour. So we give it to the general, his wife, and his kid. Dude, there was one NCO. Okay, Chief, cool. They left. That one NCO, and I think you know who he is. His last name starts with a B and ends with a B.
Yeah.
Dude grabbed his hat and went straight to the legal office.
Yeah.
Straight to the legal office. Straight to IG. Straight to IG. So, this chief wants us to stop aircraft production to create souvenirs for a visiting party. That was awesome. That was pretty good. That's when I learned, like, yeah, reach out to that shit.
Nice.
Do it. You should.
Yeah.
Paintings are awesome.
Well, no, she's gonna like try to do an instructional class. It'll most likely be a day. It'll be a day class that they can do because a lot of their stuff lasts one day, depending on when it is, because it's a curriculum of a major class broken up into 2 A and B, and then you rotate through stuff. But yeah, I'm sure they'll work something out with you and whatnot. But yeah, dude, that guy,
piece of work, bro. Piece of work. Because he was the guy who came down to sheet metal or came down to corrosion when I was there. And so for what we do with aircraft, when an aircraft has its time to come in to get corrosion controlled, parts repainted, sandblasted off, people work on work cards. So crew chiefs, people that work directly on the flight line every day, crew chiefs and a lot of those other jobs have work cards. Boom.
Me and
Right
Webb's
there.
job, we don't work with work cards. We work with technical orders.
Yep.
And so, but to make, Air Force work smarter, not harder, the only place planes get painted is in the paint barn. So we keep the work cards for the paint barn in the paint barn because it makes sense. When a plane comes in, we give the crew chief the work cards, and it tells them literally like Army instructions. Take the ladder off. Take this off. Take that off. And they take everything off. They give it to us. We sandblast it. We check it for pitting and corrosion. If it needs to be fixed, we send it off to get fixed. If not, we paint it back up, and we let it dry, and we give it all back to the crew chief so they can put it back on the plane. Because that is not my job. And this person came in with, which is going to be funny to hear, but this is the position they made. So we had the chief, the first sergeant, and the undershirt.
The thunder shirt.
The undershirt.
I know. I know. We call it the thunder shirt.
The thunder shirt. I used to say when they say an undershirt, I'm like, where's the underwear?
Yeah. Well, it said thunder shirt, but like, oh, you make a lot of noise, but don't do nothing.
And so they came down and tried to write me and my guys up for not following proper tech data. And I'm like, and they literally,
are you QA?
They literally printed out our forms and had them highlighted and had all my TO references highlighted. And as they're talking, I like go get the TO, I pull it out and I open it up, and I was like, dirty page 1-1-8, blah blah blah.
Yep.
Painted
1-1A-8.
Painted parts. That's all I did at paint parts. I didn't take parts off plane. I didn't take parts on plane. I paint parts. Eat that. And that literally was the day I put my retirement paperwork in, because even my boss was there and he went, "What you do?" I'm like, "I don't even know." It's like they came down with it was a bad witch hunt. I was like, I do my job. It's the TO. I work out of the TO. And it was like they were all maintainers. He was a metal second. I'm like, we work out of the TOs. They're right here. I used them. I wrote my references down.
You wrote half of them, and now you're saying we wrong.
And he goes, "Why do you use the work cards?" I'm like, "Because I gave them to the crew chiefs because we don't use work cards." I'm like, "I didn't. I took nothing off the plane. I put nothing on the plane.
I didn't know what a work card was until I left Ellsworth.
Exactly. It was so funny. But I was like, if they're going to this level of headhunting, I need to be gone because I'm a single dad. I was a single dad at the time, going to school. I'm like, what did I not do? Oh, I wasn't a part of the.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, what happened was I didn't let them burn down another guy for not standing up and saluting in the break room.
I remember that.
So they came after me, which Teflon Don.
Yeah.
I dropped my retirement.
Black don't crack.
You ain't taking my little NCO rank.
Nope.
Yeah. They tried though. It was just So that was my exit.
Dude, that was right around the time that they did the whole sweep of everything with the whole political correctness thing, and he was definitely the head of it.
I remember that.
Dude,
they made
they
everyone
rolled
get
in
out of your lockers.
Maxim magazines. It's, okay, all right. That's kind of objectifying women. No problem. I got no problem with that. This, that, and the other. Cool. Yeah, check it out.
I'll take that objectified paycheck if they don't want it.
Yeah. But the thing that got me is that they came into our break room in the metals tech shop, and we had a sign that said, "Your mother doesn't work here. Clean up after yourself." They took that sign because it was sexually objectifying to women.
Because they're not moms. They don't have moms.
Apparently, because they're like, well, women aren't the only people that clean up, so we're going to take this, and it's offensive. Like,
I think the part I hated was when we went through the aircraft fleet. And they got rid of subjective nose arts, which I kind of partly agree with. Objective nose arts, which I kind of understand and agree with to a point. It is a part of the Air Force's heritage.
Yeah,
but it's also so stupid. Absolutely. But I get it because it can make certain people feel a certain way because it's women on bombs and dressed in scantily clothing and whatnot. So what the crew chiefs did, which was smart, on the inside of the aircraft in the galley, because there's always a spot where they can warm up meals, they had a door on the galley door where they would paint the original nose art. They would have an artist paint the original nose art, those type of pinups. And my thing is, I had working in corrosion, people, I don't even know how they would find us, but I had multiple phone calls from people whose parents, grandparents and great grandparents flew in World War I, World War II.
Yeah.
And the tail numbers in the military kind of carry on.
Yep.
So there are bombers that are flying right now that have tail numbers from previous bombers that flew in those wars. And they were like, hey, my great grandpa just passed. He flew this B-29. Here's his nose art. Can we get this put like just on the plane and have a picture taken? And I would have to be the person to tell them, like, sorry, I wish I could.
Yep.
Like, if I knew someone to Photoshop it, I said, but that is not going to pass muster with the new things going on in the military.
Yeah.
Like, what is history?
Not many people. So I'll tell you this much. Not many people know. Well, my grandfather was crew chief on 29s and 52s at Ellsworth. Like he had his shop was in King Hangar. Yeah. So it was a bit of history when I got to be stationed there and all that stuff. But same thing. 29s and 52s, the nose art and stuff like that. It was still, like the pinup girls and stuff like that. Because I mean, end of the World War II and the Korean War and all that stuff flowing into that, it was still a thing. You put your Betsy on the plane to remember her by, you know what I mean, and give you good luck. You know what I mean? But yeah, I'm sure that had to be kind of freaking heartbroken. So. Speaking of, we'll do a short little tactically acquired, and it's not even my stuff. It's kind of going back to what we had earlier in the night with my in-laws having a fire. So tactically acquired. I need some music and a little gif with that.
Yeah.
So given my stepfather-in-law, whatever, he was actually the originator of the mounted police unit. Oh, that's kind of sideways. In Mobile, established in 1991. He actually started that unit, with horses pushing people against buildings and basically patrolling during Mardi Gras and during the streets and stuff like that. So that's pretty cool to find one of these patches. All these patches are actually at my house as for his dress uniforms. They're airing out from the freaking fire. They were able to. Here's one from the city of Mobile. You can see it definitely has a crease in it. This was on a dress uniform. City of Six Flags, Mobile, Alabama. These are some exchange patches that they got. Marblehead Police. I'm guessing probably somewhere in the Northeast.
New England. Yeah.
New England, more than likely. This is definitely some Massachusetts. Park your car by the bar in the yard.
That
lose your khakis.
What was that? What movie?
Departed. It's the freaking Departed. Come on.
Not the Departed, but the other one. Super Troopers.
Oh no, they weren't that bad.
Yeah, but that's what the area they were kind of in. Wasn't there like Connecticut or something like that?
I don't know, but they weren't Mark Wahlberg bad.
Yeah, they weren't Mark Wahlberg.
There's just a Pensacola.
Pensacola.
So, like I said, these are these are things that were actually saved from the fire. We got literally a box of patches and holsters
and our shirts
for Glocks. Glocks and random stuff. There was a speed loader for a 5-round 38 special.
He waited for Mike to leave.
What? To wait for Mike to leave?
Because he took his shirt off.
Oh, okay. Just to beat him? Who's willing to bet tonight? That's the thing.
Speaking of holsters, I just ordered the magnet one for my truck since I got my truck back.
Oh, nice.
I'm curious how those I've seen those, and you can use them in your car or in your house, like under your desk.
You can put them under a desk and whatnot.
I'm curious how those work. Really, let me know.
I'm just not a wuss, and I keep that on top of my center console, ready to rock.
Yeah, cool guy. You probably open carry
Sometimes
too.
I forget. I'll look over and be like, "Oh, my pistol's on my center console." Oops.
Yeah.
Like, wow, glad my truck's kind of tall. Nobody can kind of look in and be like, "Oh, well, he's got a weapon. Good job."
Yeah, that's another reason I can't wait to get my 3.5-inch lift.
Oh my god.
And I can't wait to get my wheels on. I'm tired of my wheels sitting in there and not on the truck.
Oh, poor baby. Poor baby.
We're working on it. I got an investor package I'm working on right now just for the finish up of the deal. So we got some cool stuff in work.
So, if anybody will basically been watching the bottom of the screen, I've been randomly scrolling some different organizations and Facebook pages for resources for veterans outreach. Jump for Valor, I know, is a organization that lines you up with skydiving if you like to, take that so-called final leap.
No.
I'm just no. My thought in my head was because it was a joke I said when we were at Sacred Mountain because you can't bring any weapons, no knives, no guns. Yeah. And then we make a knife. I'm like, oh, so we make our own. And then we had some prison guards there. Right. And it was funny because the prison guard and one of the state troopers come up to the table of examples and they go, oh, it's like a shank table. It's like, that's exactly what you want to do to give a bunch of people that battling with depression and PTSD the ability to make their own weapons.
Let's just make some.
It's like, and when you said that jump for valor, it's like, how bad are you? Like you jump out the plane, they're like, pull your chute. And they're like, no. Like, no.
I was thinking that too. I'm like, wow, this might not be a great. But anyway, if you want to go skydiving twice, you go jump for valor.
Do multiple jumps.
Yes. Don't use them as the way out, please.
I hope they really have a good vetting process.
Deal with your demons before you go visit them. I know we're making some fun of it right now, but if you got some shit to deal with, go deal with that before you.
I'm gonna start an organization, Sharks Swimming for Heroes.
2 things fall from the sky:
bird shit and badasses.
Yeah, well,
that's what I've heard from a paratrooper from Airborne. 2 things fall from the sky: bird shit and badasses.
I heard it was bird shit and idiots, but
bird shit and low ASVAB scores.
Oh man, you know who I saw that from too? Ed Dunnigan.
Yeah,
he said 2 things fall from the sky: bird shit and badasses. So you're gonna have to tell him.
Bird shit and bad ASVAB scores.
And nothing against you guys that are paratroopers, 82nd, 101st. Yeah. I love you guys. Not my job, not my gig. I like being on the ground.
I got bad enough knees.
Not my monkeys.
I got bad enough knees being on Earth. I couldn't imagine how my knees would be having to impact it.
So, like I said, we are scrolling through on our banner down there. We got Sacred Heart Mountain Retreat.
Sacred Mountain Retreat.
Sacred Mountain Retreat. I'm sorry, Sacred Heart Mountain. Sacred Heart. Where did I get that from? Sacred Heart.
Sacred Heart.
Sacred Heart is a hospital in Florida. Yeah. Sacred Heart. That's where I got. Yeah, my wife used to work there. That's why. Master of None Artistry. Jessica was in here earlier tonight. Badass artist. I've got two works from her. Gave it to my wife and my mom. They absolutely love them. My commissioned one is amazing. Soldiers of Freedom, outdoors.org, Camp Freedom. Please go check them out. Jumpforvalor.org. We were just talking about.
Yep.
Heel vets.
Be looking for swimming with the sharks.
Yeah. You might as well just get that domain name. Just go ahead and snatch it up, bro. Swim with it, dude, because somebody does it. Like, yo, bro, let's go with thrill ride, bro.
Hey, it's almost Shark Week on National Geographic, so why not?
Discovery Channel, get your shit right.
I've been watching that show Alone on Netflix. I started watching that show Alone.
Yeah,
pretty crazy. But
we got hillvets.org. We got 6th on the 6th, which has passed, but that's fine. Also, we got, because he's my brother. That's one of our colleagues on this network. He's trying to run 3,000 miles across the United States.
Yes.
Please visit them. Donate, subscribe, whatever you can. We'll be flashing up a slide pretty quickly. Also, vetsforwarriors.com. Sarah Bonner, one of our longtime listeners. Yeah, there we go. Sarah right there. I'm going to do a tandem bound with Jump for Valor.
All you, girl. All you.
Do you, boo-boo?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am, Jessica. No problem. It's awesome. I'll try to add that to our tag list, too. I just wish our banners down there were clickable for people.
Well, no, we can actually start putting some stuff in. We don't per se have show notes on here, but we can have show notes on YouTube.
Yeah.
So we can make those clickable on YouTube, but we can also put these links up on our Veterans Anonymous main page, so you can go to them.
Ooh.
And we can start doing that, having on our Veterans Anonymous main page.
So far, Jessica, I'm watching.
Mm-hmm.
One of them then on your TikTok lives that you do when you're doing a pour, one of them will be like, and I'll be like, that's mine.
Dude, it struck me just like that. Like, boom, we got off the air. I'm like, nope, that's mine. You don't show that to anybody else. And that
we got a minute
to my mom.
Minute to roll.
That's fine. So here's the slide up here again. We are on Veterans Anonymous Network. You can watch us on Twitch. I think a couple of you are. Twitch.tv/VetsAnon. On YouTube/Veterans Anonymous. On Facebook/Veterans Anonymous 22. On Monday nights, and I'm yet to get confirmation that they're going to be a summer hiatus, but we'll still announce them. 7 p.m. Central Standard Time is Monday Night Mayhem with Judy G and Lunchbox. Obviously, you're watching Scram Jett right now. 8 p.m. Central Standard Time on Tuesdays, Taco Tuesdays. We might have to make a theme of that, Taco Tuesdays through the summer. Maybe margaritas, little daiquiris. We'll see. On Wednesdays, you have Combat Cricket with the whole Crossroads crews. Facebook/Vetanons/Crossroads. Obviously, you see them on all their other platforms off to the left-hand side. And on Thursdays, our resident Marines and Crayon Eaters. Don't know why we let them give a weekend safety briefing, but it seems to work out pretty well every week. They like to run. They like to do push-ups, just like Marines do. It's the Full Metal Crayon Eaters with Baby Jesus and Tommy Erotic. Please join all of us and any of us anytime you can. Thank you. Thank you very much, gentlemen, ladies and gentlemen, everyone. Thank you for joining us. We've had a great average over the whole night. It's awesome. Had a slight little format going on, and we kind of kept to it. Top of the hour, bottom of the hour, top of the hour, bottom of the hour, and great ads, great interactions, great comments. Thank you again. Got a couple more show topics to think over because you guys are mentioning things. So here we go, boys. Outros.
You guys have a good night. Thank you for all the support. Look into Sacred Mountain. It's no bullshit. If you literally want to save your life, you need to make time, because the excuses are only going to last so long, and then you're not going to have any time left. Other than that, if you're using Sweet Baby Ray's, you're wrong and you're not American. More memes shall be coming down the pipe.
Yep.
Buy some barbecue sauce, because the more barbecue sauce you buy, that gets us closer to finishing the funding for our trailer. Coming up with really cool and exciting plans for when that does happen. So, yeah, there will be travel, not as much as was expected, but there will be subsequent travel a couple times a year to certain destinations. Other than that, just, keep looking out on barbecuesauce.com for all the new stuff coming out. Follow Veterans Anonymous, doing what you do, and just be good humans, because guess what? At the end of the day, that's all we are humans. We're not our color. We're not our class. We're not our religion. We're not our rank and or military service. We are humans. We are brothers and sisters. So be good to each other.
True that. True that.
Love it. I got to roll, guys. Peace.
Thanks.
All right, brother. Uncle Si.
Yeah, mine, like I always say, we keep preaching, reach out, but don't just stop at reaching out to one person. If that person might be busy, we all have lives. Yeah. So you call one person and you get their voicemail. Call somebody else. Call 9, call 10 people. Don't stop. If you're calling out, you're willing, somebody will reach up and pick out, So that's mine. Like, just keep reaching out if you're in a hole. Somebody will help.
There's never no hope. Put it that way.
Yeah.
In this age of ever evolving interactivity, you got to think that the more we're able to communicate with people, the more those people were able to communicate between each other. So they are extremely stupid busy as well. Many different activities. Just because someone doesn't get back to you immediately doesn't mean they don't care about you. I know personally, I'm since January when we started the show, it used to be, oh yeah, I got time. Yeah, it's good. It's cool. No problem. Yeah. Till June now, getting through midway through June. Like, I'm glad that I started this in January, because if I started this in April, I would not have time for it.
Yeah.
Like, this has become part of my weekly kind of schedule. Like, I think about it at least on Saturday or Sunday. Start thinking about the show on Saturday or Sunday. Try to get together an okay format, some questions, stuff like that. I'll let the rest of the week, end of the week, and the beginning of the next week play out to give me a little bit more relevant, up-to-date questions, answers, news articles, whatever, We're a little military moment where we honored the Marine that, died in the Crucible and stuff like that. You always got to want to at least stay a little bit current. But I'll tell you one thing, if I'd have started this last month, it would not have been going on, because I would have not have carved out time for it.
Right.
But since we've been doing it since January, we got to. I mean, we have, even me rambling here, we still have 4. We averaged over 14 viewers tonight, which is awesome. Thank you guys for sticking the hell around and watching us.
Well, and
idiots.
and yeah, thank
BS.
you to everybody that was following us tonight in the comments.
Yep.
We do it for our own therapy, but for also some of the stuff that we saw tonight. Like, Sarah was having a rough day. This whole month is crap for her. I wish you well.
Absolutely. If you do like the show, please, whatever platform you're on, like the stream. Get on the other streams on Veterans Anonymous or the Scram Jett Facebook page and like it. And, that literally just exposes us to more veterans that are going to be like you, like-minded. I got quite a few local people that dip in and out here. I share it to my personal page, which I didn't for a while because I didn't know how it was going to go. But then I finally said, screw it. I don't care what happens. We're getting a message out here. We're having fun. It's helping everybody on the stream as well as anybody else that watches it. So please, I hate to say these words because it's so cliche. Like, subscribe, comment, whatever you need to do, because this is we actually pay to do this. We pay to do this.
Yeah, we're
fine.
not getting paid to do this.
Yeah.
We paid to do this.
Yeah, we pay for a yearly subscription fee to StreamYard, and we also pay with our time every week. Pay with our thoughts every week when we have to come up with this stuff. And we enjoy it. Don't get us wrong, but we have no sponsors. Barbecue sauce. We love Felix too much. I've known him for too long. I don't give a crap. You can see behind us. I'll fly this flag to the day I die.
Yep.
So, please just help us spread the word a little bit. Veterans Anonymous, Scram, Jett, Full Metal Crayon Eaters, Crossroads, Monday Night Mayhem, whatever show you may like or prefer, spread that out. Spread that out. Don't keep it to yourself. Tell a friend. Throw a link out there in Messenger. Whatever you need to be like, hey, watch these idiots. Hey, watch this YouTube video. They just did this live stream last night. So, thank you again. This is Scram Jett. We're more of a redirection show. Obviously, you can see we're all over the place tonight. We cover a little bit of current events. Current events are in all of our lives. We don't really get political, which is thankful because it get real stupid real quick.
Yeah.
But thank you all again. We started off with 4, which is a full house, which is awesome. If you guys can think of any guests that we might be interesting to have on, I think I have a few in mind. I know my cousin's husband, Chuck, retired CSM, now in emergency management. I'm working on a few others now as well. Nice. I have been for a while, but everybody's got different reservations. Like, oh, my web camera's not good enough. Oh, I don't know what to say on camera. Oh, I don't think I'll be entertaining. Blah, blah, blah. If we get together with a guest like that, I can lead you on with questions to make it decently interesting. I'm not David Letterman or Jimmy Fallon or any kind of asshole like that, but I can kind of do a little production and, get your message out the way I can trigger you with questions to make you go into your zone, explain your hobby the way you feel passionate about it. So, all right, that's my little spiel. That's a long spiel, but definitely love you guys. Please roll back through the show, subscribe, like, comment, review, whatever you got to do. Spread the message. We love you, and as soon as I queue up a video, we're out of here.
Love you guys. Thank you.
All right, later. Good night.